Oh, sorry. I didn't realize it was on. I was listening to some music. I've been listening to a lot of music over the past couple of days because I've been stuck indoors. There hasn't been much else to listen to. Well, there's the news that's always on. There's a lot of things to listen to. Maybe you love listening to music. Maybe you love putting on the phone, playing it out loud when you're in the shower, dancing to a good S Club 7 song. Or maybe you're thinking, Richard, you're absolutely weird. But I want to ask the question today, what are you listening to? And I wanted to read Psalm 1 to help us think through that. And in particular, I just want to read the first three verses. Blessed is the one who does not walk in the step with the wicked, or stand in the way that sinners take, or sit in the company of mockers, but whose delight is in the law of the Lord, and who meditates on his law day and night. That person is like a tree planted by the streams of water, which yields its fruit in season. I want to challenge us over the next couple of weeks and months to be thinking about what we're listening to. We're going to be faced with a lot of uncertain times, a lot of unknown events are going to happen. There's going to be the atmosphere of fear. And rightly so, this is a virus that we need to take serious. But it is a time to listen deeply to the truths of God's word. So that's what I want to say, first of all. Be listening to God's word. Secondly, in verse 2, it says to delight and meditate on it. What does it mean to delight in God's word? It means to take great joy in what it has to say. If you have never opened God's word before, and the likelihood is that if you're a teenager and you're watching this, I'd say 50% of you haven't got into God's word for yourself. Start with a psalm. Start with following our reflections that we're doing on Instagram. Read Mark's Gospel. Read a New Testament letter. Listen to what it has to say and delight on it. And then meditate on it. So that's taking God's word and going deeper into it. It's asking questions of, what does it say about me? What stands out from this? Do you have a question? And could I ask someone to help me think through that? And what does that word mean for me? And rather than going to it and listening to it, and that's a very good thing, but then going away and sitting on your phone and heading off to something else and probably letting it just fly straight over your head. When you're listening to it, the same way you listen to a song over and over again and you get the lyrics stuck in your head, why don't you listen to God's word a couple of times and then do what it says in Psalm 2, which is to meditate on it? Now, the psalmist here is meditating on it day and night. Perhaps if you're just starting off in engaging and listening to God's word, maybe not day and night is the easiest way for you to go. So why don't you start off with just 5-10 minutes in the afternoon set aside of meditating on God's word, just pondering what it has to say to you. That's what the psalmist has challenged us. It says those who are blessed, who are living life as happy and God following people, they're to meditate on God's word day and night. And finally, you've listened, you've meditated and pondered, and now you've got to live. You've got to live it out. And hopefully in verse 3 it says, the person is planted like a tree by streams of water, which yields its fruit in season. If you're that person who's listening to God's word, who's meditating on it deeply, taking a great delight in it and asking deep questions of it, and letting your mind be shaped and your heart transformed, hopefully then you'll be that person who is deeply rooted and able to live out their life. I have some statistics here that I was going to read out. And here's some of the statistics that I've pulled up. You spend 25 hours or 25 years of your life sleeping. You work for 10.3 years. It says women spend 17 years of their life trying to lose weight. The average person watches TV for 9 years. You drive your car for 4.3 years. Apparently you spend 1.5 years in the bathroom because the average person goes 6 times a day. There's many ways we spend our life. And yes, we do spend our life a lot of the time sleeping and watching TV. But when you come to Jesus, it's not like you say, I'll give 1 year of my life to following Jesus. It's 24/7. When we're listening to God, when we're meditating on his word and living it out, we can't say, Jesus, you can have that part, and I'll do TV that part, and I'll go to the bathroom in that part. It's 24/7. What God's word has to say shapes our entire world. It shapes our entire life. So, how we view something, how we respond to a circumstance, how we even watch TV, how we eat, how we spend time with friends, how we do our work is all shaped by God's word. So, friends, don't think because we're remotely in isolation or stuck in our houses, don't think that we can't follow Jesus during that time. The way of Jesus is 24/7. It's following him. And if you're struggling at following him, listen to his word, meditate on it, and be like that tree planted deeply. And if you need help, there's going to be Instagram posts coming up to help you think through that. There's going to be Zooms, and they're going to be wee video things. They're going to help you. And there's going to be videos put up every Sunday. But more important than anything else, listen to God's word, meditate on it, and live it out. I hope this video has been helpful. There'll be one posted every Sunday afternoon by myself, Paul, another leader. But don't take our word for it. Don't take our word that following Jesus is the most amazing claim, most amazing transforming thing that can ever happen to your life. Experience it for yourself. Examine the evidence of God's word. Listen, meditate, and live. Have a great Sunday.